Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. C. I know I sound like I have a little bit of a cold, but I'm just getting over it. Just wanted to touch base with you and to find out how class is going. I notice we're having some very interesting discussions about interpretations of coaching and mentoring. Remember, we're trying to be very, very clean coaching, skill set, mentoring, mindset. But it's very intriguing when we look at whose goals are the yardstick in which we measure. Think about the company who's looking at why they're hiring someone a mentor. Think of it as maybe someone in the C-suite who's being groomed for a higher position, or someone who's going to be groomed to get to the C-suite. The idea these are specific skills and functions that the specific company wants them to have, and they're finding that perhaps hiring or introducing or connecting with a specific coach might improve their skill sets as well as their mindsets. But we also have to look at who's really in control here. Because remember, you can take a horse to water, you can't make them drink, but we can make them thirsty. And so I want to stress about how personal that coaching aspect is and that permission of giving someone the ability to connect with us on a personal level and an inside level. These are not journeys that are easily taken. They say the journey inward into the abyss, so to speak, because that makes us vulnerable. That makes us, excuse me, have to really take stock of who we are independent than the world around us. We tend to find safety in conformity, safety in hiding in plain sight, safety in not rocking the boat, trying to go along to get along. But then we have to look at the inside of going, well, what does that get us? And does it get us what we want and how we want it? We can certainly hide in plain sight. We can certainly be very compliant, cooperative, but not necessarily let people to see who we are on the inside. And as we go forward up the ladder as leaders, we have to look at that idea specifically of authentic leadership. Are we being who we want to be? Because there is this concept called cognitive dissonance, that our inside world doesn't match our outside world. And who we are, how private do we want to keep ourselves and our inner worlds? For many of you, you're very different people when you're in front of your family and your inner circle than you might be in the public place or even here with us here in the classroom. That's not necessarily being just disingenuous. It means that we are a little concerned about the judgment that others may place on us if they really knew who we were on the inside. And part of the journey inward is to learn to be comfortable who we are in relation to others and to always make sure that we feel that we're good enough. A mentor and a coach can help us with specific skills in those areas, but it is permission. We can't take a coachee anywhere that they don't want to go. We could very well, as the coach, as the mentor, as the leader, see something very different than they do. We could see them in positions of higher leadership, more responsibility, and maybe they're either not interested or not yet ready. And so the idea is, think about a teacher who helps us see what is already there, but we may or may not have a spotlight on it, and we may or may not have the courage yet to go there. So I want to applaud each and every one of you. We have a lot of reflection journals that are going on, a lot of personal space that you're sharing with me to be able to offer things others may not know, and that's okay. We have to decide how much we allow the world to see, how much of a vulnerable leader we choose to be. And there are no right or wrong answers. I like the good, better, and best. It tends to put things a little bit more in perspective and give us a little bit more control of who do we want to be in relation to who others may want us to be. And then we have a choice. There are always consequences for our choices. And I want to give you that control and empower you to decide that you are good enough who you are, where you are, exactly who you are today. The question is whether or not there are improvements of skills that can help you get to, many of you have talked about promotions, many have talked about changing jobs or adding the volunteer aspect or something like that to it. Whatever it is that you find value in, you have choices. But I want to encourage you to explore those choices. The challenge I often see is we don't regret what we did do. We often regret what we didn't. And if you want to know if you've passed the test, you first have to take the test. And sometimes we often don't give ourselves permission to explore the dreams and things that we want most for fear of what others might say. But let's think of what you might say if you didn't. Something for us to think about. Good to see you around the quad this week. I'm Dr. C. Happy thinking, and you're doing such a good job. Keep it up. Know that I'm available during my office hours, and I'd love to share some time with you. So call me and schedule something today. Take good care. Bye-bye.